So first top tip is make sure you do that M check before you go out on your bike. It's really important. You don't want to be stuck at the roadside after 10 minutes having found a problem once you've already begun your commute. So do that M check, it takes 30 seconds. Top tip number 2 is check your tyre pressure. Make sure it's up to the right pressure. You might want to lower it slightly during the winter months, but make sure you've got tyres with a good tread for winter. Your skinny tyres that you use on your road bike, not much good when it's icy, and roads are generally wetter over winter months. So you want something with a good tread. You can pick up some commuter tyres for a road bike with grips on that'll do you for winter. Top tip number 2. Okay, top tip number 3, carry a couple of really cheap extra pair of lights. Technology, batteries, it can go wrong. Make sure you've got some backup lights to get you home. You don't want to be stuck at work with no lights. These are really cheap, less than £5 a pair. Top tip number 3. Top tip number 4, carry a puncture repair kit and a multi-tool. Make sure you've also got something to inflate your tyre once you've repaired the puncture. So we're talking about a handheld pump or a CO2 cartridge. Maybe carry a spare tube, it's easier than fixing a puncture on roadside. Top tip number 5, check your chain all the time. In winter there's a lot of salt on the roads, a lot of grit. You're going to pick that up while you're cycling, it's going to get on your chain. Clean your chain regularly, use a light spray oil. Top tip number 6, clean your bike on a regular basis. A lot of moving parts on a bike. If those parts are clogged up with mud, they're not going to work as well. You'll end up losing gears, you'll lose your gear changes, things won't work properly. Clean your bike on a regular basis. Top tip number 7, check your brakes on a regular basis. Inspect the brake blocks or pads on your discs. Some disc brakes are really difficult to do. If you're in doubt, take it to a bike shop, get them checked out if they don't feel quite right. Brake blocks, once they get down to the wear line, make sure you replace them and use the barrel adjusters on your handlebars to easily adjust your brakes. Tip number 8, don't ignore those squeaks and creaks. If something has suddenly started squeaking or creaking, check it out. Have a look at what it could be when you're doing your M check. If it's a loose crank, if you ignore it, it's going to lead to major problems later on. Get it checked out. Again, if you're not sure what you're doing, go to the bike shop, get them have a look at it. Top tip number 9, when you get your bike home or when you get it to work, don't leave it out in the rain, okay? Keep your bike dry. Once things get exposed to the weather, they start getting rusty. You don't want a rusty bike, it's not going to work so well. So try and keep it in a shelter at work or keep it in your shed or in your house when you get home. A dry bike is going to be a much better bike than one that's left outside. Finally, top tip number 10, if you don't know, ask a pro. If there's something you're not sure about on your bike, rather than mess about with it blind, go and get it checked out at the bike shop. Most bike shops will have a look for nothing and let you know what the problem is before they actually do anything. So don't be afraid of going to the bike shop. It isn't going to cost you the earth. It could cost you a lot more in the long run if you